Let's start with those Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, history was made yesterday just outside of Dallas by Green Bay. Cleveland hoping to avoid making history of its own a day later in the very same place, but for entirely different reasons. Byron, probably NBA tonight, late night, looking like a better place to be. A little coast to coast at 2 in the morning would probably beat losing all these games. Cavs down 2, Sessions, Hickson again. This is a guy that folks thought might shine this year with LeBron gone.
Absolutely, but there's not enough offensive talent around him to support him, and sometimes he's got to do a little bit more than he's capable of.
And Ryan Hollins, you got to do better than this. He's a 7-footer, Brandon. It's a jump ball against the Jet. Now, Jason Terry's J is always wet. We know that, but he can't. He wins a jump ball, and he goes down and knocks down a bucket. How's that happen? Sessions, Hickson, we've said that a bunch tonight. It's the same thing. Pick, bit of a roll, and then a follow from Hickson. It's just a 3-point lead. 16 seconds to go. Cleveland needs a stop and a shot. They need a stop and a shot. They've got to stop. All right, give me a shot. Here comes Anthony Parker. He's sizing things up and just pulls. That's not a terrible shot for a good shooter. It just falls front rim, and then we need another shot, Tim. Shoot the ball! Zeros on the clock.
Yeah, Antoine Jameson's got to be more aware than that when that ball comes back to him. He's their best player. You got to let it fly right there.
25 straight losses and wry smiles all the way around from Scott and Jameson. They've been through some battles. They've been on better ends of the equation, and now, well, here we go. Cavs last 365 days. Rewind the clock, basically a year ago? They were the best one loss in the NBA. We know what happened in the summer. Lost in the conference finals. LeBron took his talents elsewhere. Now we fast forward to the present, and they've lost an NBA record. 25 consecutive games. Legs, you've been through a lot during your time in the NBA, whether it was getting a 10-day and getting a place to live and then a nice deal with Washington. So you've experienced the gamut of this professionally. How difficult does it become when day after day, night after night, even when you give the effort, you just don't win games?
It's the toughest thing that you'll go through as an athlete, honestly, other than dealing with some sort of devastating injury, which is definitely the most difficult thing you deal with as an athlete. Losing night in, night out, when you become literally a laughing stock, an embarrassment, it's very difficult for you to go through the process of going down to the arena every single night, staying focused, continuing your work ethic, and thinking that you're going to go out there and win games when you're not having any success. If you'd have told Byron Scott before the season that they were going to lead SportsCenter this many times, he'd have been pretty excited about that. He wouldn't have no idea what you were talking about, but there's a different reason why they're doing it right now, and I feel for him because he's obviously a better coach than his record indicates. The guy's been to the finals a couple times. He doesn't have enough talent right now to compete, and they don't have enough guys that have proven themselves in this league on a consistent level. And now you also get the best that teams have to throw at you because they don't want to lose to you.
Right,
it's that simple. Even on a flat night with Dallas had, and Cleveland played hard tonight. Dallas flat dirt doesn't do much. They still find a way to win the game because they believe they're going to win those games, and Cleveland doesn't.